15 weeks, and yet still Justin has not drinking no soda. I really do miss him. But hey, technically when you think about it, when you count the weeks with your hands, it's technically 11 hands with 2 fingers. Which means, okay, quit the crap soda, where I'm not drinking you for a while until the end of the year. Holy tube, this is Justin Game 44 here. And, oh look, Lucas came along. I wasn't expecting him to join in. He just jumped on as I started. Anyway, holy tube, this is Justin Game 44 here. As always, I always do these week videos. And now it's technically a total of 3 hands. Yeah. I have to say, this was pretty much a good so far how things been going. Now, it's honestly exciting because honestly, I've been on YouTube for almost 10 years now. By next month, I believe. And dang, we are getting close. I started this channel when I was only 14 years old, and I'm 24 right now. Who would have thought we have got this far? In some ways, it's kind of ironic that it's been almost 10 years now. I mean, how I first started this channel, but dang, we're not there yet, though, but still. Say hi, Luke. Yeah. Anyway, 15 weeks, and quite honestly, this has been impressive. That's a total of 3 hands I just did. But dang. So wait, now that I think about it, wait, I got the number wrong from the beginning. With 50 weeks, that would be a total of 10 hands, but the 11 would only be 2 fingers. I said 11 weeks and 2 fingers at the beginning of this video. I must have got my math wrong for a moment there as I was trying to focus on saying the video. As you see, I got 2 plushies. These were just so cute, I had to get them. It's a Sprite plushie and a burger plushie. I was originally only going to get one, but when I saw them both, I thought, oh my goodness, these are just too cute. I kind of thought about it, and I thought, well, a burger and soda does go together. And I was kind of making like a joke with the soda. If I can't drink it, I'll be friends with it. Okay, it might be a bit ridiculous right now, but still, I just found them to be so cute. Anyway, no. Besides all that, I do want to kind of talk about what I've been doing lately. I have been binge watching a bit, and so far I'm at 300 episodes of One Piece. And my goodness, it's been so long. I'm past a little bit over 300. I'm still in the season where it basically says in Netflix to farewell, goodbye, Mary, to their ship. There's only 6 episodes left, but dang, I'm looking forward to it. I had honestly knew about One Piece for years, but I never really bothered to really sit down and really watch it. Like, I can remember as a kid, I watched it, but I might have not really understand it that well back then. I don't remember how I was able to watch it back then, but I can remember parts of scenes I used to watch of it, since that was like when I was very little. Like, the beginning was... well, that's cute right there. But no. As I was... Alright, Lucas. Please. Anyway, no. I was talking about, like, with One Piece, like, the Foxy Pirates. I remember with... the one thing I can remember was when Chopper were talking about that they would all probably be on the same pirate crew again, but Luffy would not be captain. And probably some parts of the next season after that, even the next, like at the very end of the fight with CP9 with Luffy on the bridge. Like, that was all a big surprising time, making me remember. It was also nice to see Gear 2 and 3 being used after almost 300 episodes, but dang, this was still surprising. And besides all that One Piece stuff, and then the Goodbye Mary, after 300 episodes with it, it's now gone. and it said its farewell to its crew. She was an amazing ship. Now, honestly, I do know a lot of other bits and parts of One Piece, what's expected in future seasons that I haven't really seen yet, but like I have watched, like I know about Sanji's past and everything. I know about some of the things, but I never really watched the whole part of the series part of those. And like, honestly, what got me to start watching the Netflix series of One Piece was like my nephew started watching, and I thought, okay, this is good. Maybe I'll watch some of it. I didn't really pay too much attention at first, but as time went on, I got more and more into it. And then eventually, this was months and months ago, but how I first started with it, of course. But then as time went on, I decided, okay, you know what? I could definitely make this work. As well, I did watch some videos how could you actually watch the whole entire One Piece series by binge watching it, where they explain if you watch 10 episodes, this is how long it will take. If you watch one episode per day, this is how long it would take, or, all that stuff. I try to watch like 10 or a bit more at times, but there have been times I take a couple weeks off from One Piece, I'm not gonna lie. I might have been up to 500 if I didn't take a break, though. But dang. Anyway, I have to say, it was interesting. In the first season, it was basically 60 episodes, where we were seeing the team being all crew up, all put together, how they all met and everything, and how they became the Straw Hats crew, and then they go up to the Grand Line, and eventually in the next season, which was interesting as well. After all that, with a few islands, we got 2 new members, and then we went to a Sky Island, and then we got a much more filler series. But I'm really not gonna lie to you, I really did not like the filler series at all. Like, I actually did not like the Rainbow Miss filler, although I guess I could probably get why they did it. It was just to probably give us a break. But there's honestly some fillers I honestly don't like. Like the whole entire way back in season 1 when the Straw Hats had just formed, they were heading to the Red Line, but then stopped when they had to take the dragons. Well, basically, I am not. I know I might be sounding a bit confusing, but if you know what I'm talking about, after they pretty much were, before they were heading to the Grand Line, they had an adventure with trying to find an island of dragons, which they eventually discovered they were already on the island. But dang. And the villains, like, I didn't know it was filler at first until I looked up filler episodes, and I was like, dang. I would honestly skip the filler episodes, but the problem is they combine it with the non-filler parts. Because right after their adventure, in the same episode, they go to the Grand Line, which in a way they made it the way it looked like it was all in one scene from before the filler episode and after the filler episode, where they were both in a storm and heading to the Grand Line. And to me, I was like, okay, this is pretty much interesting. And like, I kind of wish the anime didn't really do that, but they honestly did. They also did that with the Rainbow Mist, where you might have some trouble understanding some parts unless you watch the filler episode. Because with the whole entire Rainbow Mist, it's like after the whole entire island adventures with those 3 islands where you got Chopper and Robin, you get a small like 10 to 11 episodes of filler, and eventually you get, after the ending of that, you pretty much see a ship fall down on their boat type thing. And it's kind of a bit confusing if you skip those episodes, because you kind of don't know why, but not that big of a deal. But besides that, then eventually you get this whole entire prison filler arc, which is actually not a bad filler, I will say. Honestly, that could have not been filler in a way. But then after that, we got the Foxy Pirates, which I'm not gonna lie, I love foxes and everything, but my goodness, the Foxy Pirates are just not really my type of thing. Although it was funny when Luffy was getting frustrated, but that was actually after they got on Foxy's ship. From after all the challenges and everything, they got to get their crew back when they were helping Foxy get his crew back together and everything. Honestly, though, his devil fruit abilities was actually really annoying just constantly. And I'm not gonna lie, some of the characters kind of act out of character in certain parts, but still, that's really wild. Now that I think about this, I went from this talking about my week without soda to just basically talking about One Piece. Anyway, no, it was nice after that. We finally got back to actual episodes where we eventually got to see Frankie and Water 7 and all the other things that came right after that. I'm looking to see what happens after this season where I'm currently at. I know eventually we're going to see a skeleton, as I have seen the clips and it's really funny. And I know eventually we get like a fishman to join the team, but that's way ahead. But I have seen clips where he may have come very early but never became official member until later on in the series. I really don't know the order of all the episodes from the clips on YouTube I watch, but still, honestly, I am excited to see where this will take place. Besides all that, when it comes to my water drinking thing, yeah, I still been not been drinking no soda. But my goodness, my brother did kind of suggest me I could drink it since it was watered down this one time. We were at a restaurant like a few days ago, and like I was kind of like a bit thirsty because no one had got me my drink yet at the restaurant. My brother told me, Justin, the soda's watered down and everything. You can drink it. I shook my head. No, I can't drink it. Even if it's watered down, it's still soda nonetheless. Seriously, I'm taking this whole entire no soda drinking seriously. I'm not like making excuses or trying to justify it in some sort of way. But dang, there's times when it gets annoying. Some restaurants kind of only serve soda and the only thing you can have is water, which I don't mind, but I kind of wish they would have juice options. Which, don't get me wrong, the restaurant we went to did, but I had to get mine in a bottle and everything because apparently they don't serve juice in cups. Annoying as that. Anyway, while me and Lucas are enjoying the time together we have with you guys, I must say this was really fun. And there are some future videos being planned for the 10-year anniversary special, as it's been long awaiting for this for a while now. But until then, Justin Game 44 signing out. Until then, I'll see you all later. Bye!